Hey guys, so I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. I just wanted to let you know that I did live stream for a few hours while I was doing this look. So if you want to be notified when I go live here on YouTube, then turn on your notifications for my channel to be notified when I go live or when I upload a new video. The first eyeshadow that I'm using is a purple single shadow from Makeup Forever, and the number is M924. I'm using one of my favorite small fluffy blending brushes. It's a Suva 410, and I'm going to be applying this through my crease and in my outer V. So I'm just packing it in my outer V and lightly brushing it through my crease. I'm not blending it outwards, just through my crease. I'm taking a medium blending brush from Violet Voss and I'm going to be carrying up that purple towards the front of my brow. I'm building up a little bit more pigment towards the front of my brow, and I'm also going to be carrying a bit of that on top of my brow towards the front. Now I'm taking a Luxie 131 brush and dragging that purple along my lower lash line. Now I'm going to be going into my NYX Cosmetics Ultimate Electric palette with a Sigma E38 brush, and I'm taking some of that pink shade. I'm going to be using it to blend out the purple a little bit further. I'm just carefully blending the pink around the edges of the purple, and again, I'm trying not to blend out too far. Very carefully, I'm using a Morphe E17 to also blend some of that pink underneath where I extended the purple up to my eyebrow towards my inner corner a little bit. I'm also going to bring a tiny bit of that pink up above my eyebrow. Now I'm going to use a Sigma E70 brush to also carry that pink around my outer V and down underneath my lower lash line. I'm also taking that pink up towards my inner corner on the bottom part of my eye. Now I'm going to be using a peachy shade from the Suva Beauty Neutral Necessities palette. I'm just taking the tiniest bit of that in a Morphe E13 brush and running that through the outer areas of the pink. Now I'm taking a yellow eyeshadow also from Suva Beauty and a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush, and I'm blending this yellow right around the edge of everywhere where I already put the pink. Now, at least for me, this yellow pretty much goes up to my eyebrow, and this is Halloween makeup, so I don't care. Now I'm just taking a flat brush and the turquoise shade from the NYX Ultimate Electric palette, and I'm going to be patting this pretty much all over my lid. Now I'm taking the lime green color from that same palette and I'm just applying it towards the front of my lid. I'm taking the tiniest amount of Suva Beauty's Blue Lagoon eyeshadow, I think that's what it's called, and I'm just using this to blend together the green and the purple, mostly in the outer corner area, but also a little bit in the crease. Now I'm taking a mixture of yellow and white eyeshadow and applying that to my inner corner. So the yellow blends up in towards that green on my lid, and then up towards my brow it blends into the pink. So we have come full circle. So purple is sort of the bridge color for my look because it blends into the warmer side, which is like the pinks and yellows, and then it also blends into the blues and greens. So I'm going to be using purple to sketch it out. I'm just taking a BH Cosmetics number 11 brush and the Makeup Forever purple eyeshadow, and I'm just going to get started on sketching this. I have to make sure the edges of my face have foundation on them because the foundation provides a base for the eyeshadows because we're going to be using eyeshadow for this look. For my reference, I'm using a photo of the first time I did this look, but I also like to look at photos of skulls. So if you're trying to replicate the look the way I do it, I would suggest using a picture while you're doing it and keep looking at the picture to, replicate it. If you want to do your own style or try to make it more realistic, I like to look at like actual pictures of skulls or even just Google skull makeup, and then you can use just other people's pictures of skull makeup. Now that I'm done planning out all of that, I'm going to be covering my lips with foundation. So now I'm going to be making the line that kind of marks the end of where my teeth will be. So I'm connecting it to the outer corner of my lips. I'm also going to be doing a little outline for my nose. Now I'm going to be going in with a very small blending brush. This is a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH38 brush. And now I'm just going to be kind of smoothing out that purple. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. So now that I have the purple plans down, I'm going to be using the pastel pink from the Morphe 35C palette. The areas that I'm going to be filling in with pink are the more hollow areas, so the like hollows of my cheek, the inside of my nose, around my temples, and then around the mandible. For around my jaw, I'm going in with a bigger brush. This is a Morphe E30. I'm also filling in the shape on my nose. Now I'm going in with that peach color and kind of going over where I put the pink. I'm going to go in with a warmer toned purple. I'm using the one from Suva's Cupcakes and Monsters palette. And I'm using a Sigma E25 brush, and I'm going to be blending that into the pink areas. So between the purple lines and the pink areas. So kind of making a nice little gradient. Since the nose is a smaller area, I'm just going to deal with that later. Now I'm just taking a pencil brush. This is a Sigma E30, and I'm putting a little bit of foundation in the very center of the hollow areas, like the very center of where I applied the pink. So right there and right here. And then on top of that, I'm applying a little bit of yellow mixed with some white. And now I'm going to be adding the yellow around my jaw. So now I'm going in with a really small brush. This is a Makeup Addiction Precision Shader brush. I'm going back in with the Makeup Forever purple shade, and I'm going to be darkening those original lines that I made before and blending that shade into the pinks and the purples. I'm also going to use this brush to shade around the edges of my nose. So I'm starting at the end and shading towards the center. Now I'm going to be using the shade Sky from the BPerfect Carnival palette, which is a collaboration with Stacey Marie, makeup artist. It's absolutely amazing. This blue is the lightest blue that I have. It's really hard to come across blues that aren't too purpley or too green. It's a nice, perfect light blue. I'm using an angled brush. This one is from Fearless Cosmetics, and I'm blending the blue along the purple. I'm being careful not to blend the blue over the purple into the pink because that's not good. So basically one side of the purple lines is pink and yellow and the other side is blue and green. I'm just adding the blue the opposite of everywhere where I added the pink. Now I'm going to be adding in some green. I'm using a blending brush from Violet Voss, and the green from the Suva Cupcakes and Monsters palette is pretty much the same as the green from the NYX Ultimate Electric palette, so I'm just going to use them interchangeably. Now I'm going in with a blending brush from Iconic London, and I'm using my yellow eyeshadow to blend out that turquoise color. Now I'm going to go back in with the blue and start shading the area where I'm going to be making my teeth. And then I'm blending that blue out with the turquoise shade. I'm also going back in with the blue and darkening some of those areas. I'm taking a smaller smudging brush and just blending the turquoise around the purple border of my nose shape here. And then I'm just going in with the pencil brush and adding a little bit of blue between the purple and green. So now I'm going to go in and add a little yellow to the border of that green. And then into the yellow I am blending pink. And now I'm going back in with the Makeup Forever purple, and I'm going to be adding that into some areas. So I'm adding that to this corner I'm also adding it to the outer edges of the line between my teeth. My nose needs a lot of work. I'm going back in with the purple and darkening that too. Now I'm going to get started on the white lines. The first thing that I'm using is LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Foundation in the shade White and a Sigma E10 brush. So I'm sort of doing the lines over the same area where I originally drew the purple. So like right kind of in the middle of the purple, and they're also sort of random, so I mean there's that. Now I'm going to be using the same white foundation and a Sigma E46 brush to carve out my teeth. I should have got a snack before I did my mouth. Darn it. Real quick, I'm going back in with the liner brush to do my nose. I also like to do a little white line underneath my eyes, so I'm just sketching that out. I'm also adding little white lines above the front of my eyebrow. One thing I'm going to do is add some green shading right below this line underneath my eye. I'm also adding a little bit of green on the outside of these lines on top of my brow as well. On the other side of these white lines, I'm just adding a tiny bit of purple. So now to brighten up my white lines, I'm going back in with my liner brush and Suva Beauty's Space Panda Hydra liner. Now that I've finished doing my hair, before I deal with lashes and stuff, I'm just going to add a little matching design on my collarbones. I'm just going to add a bit of purple to the shadow areas of my chest. Like if I go like this, I'm like following those contours. I'm just following basically the same steps as I did on my face. So next I'm going in with the pastel pink and blending that out. Now I'm adding a little bit of yellow around the pink there. And in between my purple lines, I'm adding a bit of green. And finally, I'm just going to add some white lines to that. Now I'm just going to go in with some of Pretty Vulgar's gel liner, and I'm first just adding it to my waterline. I'm also going to add a line across the top of my lash line. I'm not going to do a wing. I might do a wing. Alright, I tried to not add wings, but I ended up with little baby wings anyways. Before I apply any lashes, I'm going to be putting in some whiteout contacts, and these are from the brand Kazzue. I'll put a link to the website I bought these from down below. I always get a ton of questions about them anytime I feature them in a look. But anyways, I really love these contacts. I've tried whiteout contacts from other brands, and these ones just seem to fit me so much better, and they're so much more comfortable. As far as seeing goes, these are difficult to see in. You can see, but it's blurry, so I wouldn't recommend doing anything dangerous while you're wearing these. I think you could probably it's also harder to see if there's not a lot of light, but I think you could get away with wearing these to a party, as long as you have a friend with you to make sure you don't like walk off a cliff or something. I don't know, I think that these look so cool. It's worth not being able to see very well for the rest of the night. Like, you can function, but you can't see well. I am appalled that I got those in at the first try, both times. That was amazing. So after I put these in, if I still have some work I have to do, I just kind of move it with the side of my finger, and now it's over to the side and I can see out of this eye so that I can do my lashes now. The lashes that I'm going to wear are from the brand Rouge Rouge, and the name of the lashes are Luminara. Now that I have my lashes on, I'm just going to make sure I have a nice coat of liner on my tight line. I'm also going to touch up my lower lash line, and then finally mascara for my lower lashes. And once I move my contacts back into place, the look is done. So here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to turn on your notifications if you want to be notified for when I go live or when I upload a new video. And that's it. I love you. I'll see you in my next tutorial.